This is the best of the week on Relevant Radio.
Let's go to Isabel in Birmingham, United Kingdom. Good morning, Isabel.
Good morning, Patrick. My name's Isabel Vaughan-Spruce, and you mentioned me on your show recently, so I wanted to phone and thank you for highlighting the situation we have in the UK regarding buffer zones.
Oh, okay. You were quoted in a press article that I read just yesterday or the day before. Is that right?
Yes, I was arrested for silently praying outside an abortion centre on 2 occasions, and eventually received a payout from the police after having to make a claim against them for wrongful arrest. But we still have a shocking situation here in the UK with a good friend of mine, Adam, actually having been convicted now for his silent prayers outside an abortion centre.
Yeah, it's
so
terrible.
we're really grateful to you in America highlighting the situation and for the support that we get from our American pro-life friends.
You got it. First of all, I think I could speak for the vast majority of our audience that we are in solidarity with you and the other people in the UK whose freedom of speech and the ability to pray publicly is being curtailed. My impression is that Keir Starmer in his government is really ramping this up. Was it like this before the Keir Starmer government came to power?
It certainly got worse, but I have to be honest that the buffer zones started to come in under our previous Conservative government. So there wasn't much to choose between the two, but it's certainly getting progressively worse now that we have got Keir Starmer in. And like you say, just the most basic freedoms, not even talking about the freedom to speak, but the freedom to think. It was just simply silent prayers. And actually, in my situation, it was a closed abortion centre that they arrested me and told me that my prayers were an offence, even though they were only in my head.
I saw the video of your arrest. You were standing across the street, as I recall, right?
A few metres away from the abortion centre. Like I say, it was closed. I didn't have any intention of interacting with anyone, had no leaflets or posters, just praying in my head, and no one would even have known that unless I owned up to it. Yeah. But they actually said that, the prayers were offensive and took me away to a police cell.
We have similar restrictions, not quite that extreme, at least not yet anyway, where they can't stop you from thinking and praying in your own mind here anyway, not yet. So where do you think this is going, Isabel? I mean, do you foresee this is going to intensify, or do you see that these cases like yours are going to cause people to, push back against this kind of crazy?
It's certainly causing a huge amount of division in our country at the moment. So, in the neighbourhood where I run the 40 Days for Life campaign in Birmingham, you can see that the neighbourhood's becoming quite polarised with people taking sides now, whereas it could have been dealt with to start with, with a few locals who maybe opposed us being told that they couldn't assault us and things like they were trying to. And if police had got on top of that, that would probably have been the end of it. But instead, the police said to us, if you don't want to be assaulted, don't come out of your house, and brought in buffer zones to try and prevent us from even getting near the abortion centre and like I say, even our prayers. So we can see a real polarisation here now.
So they want to sort pro-lifers vigorously as much as possible. Is that right? They want to cow you into submission, don't they?
Absolutely. And my volunteers actually generally have moved outside the buffer zone, and they're right down the end of the road outside a Catholic church. And we heard locals starting to say that the Catholic church now needs to move. That's how intolerant some of the people are. This is an old church that's been there far longer than any of them have, and far longer than the abortion centre. But they can't even bear the church to be on their street now. Yeah. So it won't end because, Satan's never satisfied. We have to stand up to it now.
Yes, absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you for the courage of going through what you went through, and we're in solidarity with all of you, including the gentleman. Tell me his name again.
Yeah, Adam Smith Connor.
Right. Is he in jail at the moment?
No, so he was fined. He had to pay adverse costs of £9,000, although they tried to get him to pay costs of £93,000.
Wow.
That was reduced to £9,000, which was still a lot for a family man on a very average income.
I thought I saw, tell me if I'm right on this, but I thought I saw that the pro-life community rallied around him and that in 24 hours they had raised the money to pay that fine. Is that correct?
It is, absolutely, which I think was greatly touched him.
Yes, I can only imagine. Well, if I'm guessing you know him, so please let him know he has friends here at Relevant Radio and that we're talking about his case, and we're in full support of everything that you're doing to try to push back against this. It's terrible.
Thank you very much. I mean, Adam became a Catholic last year, and so I think, his faith has really helped to stand him in a good place and keep him in peace throughout this whole situation, even though it's been quite an ordeal for him.
Oh, no doubt. Well, do me a favor, if you don't mind, Isabel. Young Thomas will pick up with you. If you don't mind, don't hang up, and he'll pick up with you and just get your contact info. I'd like to have that, and I'll share mine with you so that we can stay in touch as time permits. Does that sound okay?
Thank you, Patrick, and thank you for all that you're doing. I've listened to you for many years and very grateful for all your work.
Thank you. It's ironic in a way. I was just in Birmingham a couple of weeks ago, and had I known you then...
I was absolutely gutted to miss you, Patrick. I found out the day after.
Oh, next time. We'll go have a cup of tea with Nancy and any of your other pro-life friends, and that would be wonderful. That's awesome. And it's not awesome what's going on in the UK, that's for sure, but we need to support our brothers and sisters over there who are doing the right thing and bearing the brunt of these depredations by the government. You can join me by listening to The Patrick Madrid Show on the Relevant Radio app, live each weekday at 8 to 11 a.m. And thanks for listening.